What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cyrus Obsidian here. Welcome to day one of the Local Diaries. So, with locals, I will be taking a deck of my choosing, and we'll be hoping to top the event today and give you that profile after the event is over, so that way you can see what I was playing. So, with locals today, I will be taking Dracoslayers, hopefully to top the event. I will be playing a rendition of Dracoslayer Pendulum Magician with a small package of Odd Eyes to hopefully top this event and get you that profile after the event is over. Now, let's head on over to locals and see how we do in today's event. Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? Here we are at Holiday Fun and Games doing locals. So round one, I got the bye. So really great for me, but also unfortunate at the same time. Not being able to play really sucks. But they get to talk, chat, do some trading. Going in round two, playing against Labyrinth. So going in playing Dracoslayers, I thought I maybe had a great chance with this, and completely fumbled the bag. Did not drew the best hand, drew 2 purple poisons, was going second, and from there it just kind of spiraled down. Had the Cashier Ogre in my hand though, hopefully bait out stuff, but didn't last very long. Go to game 2. I go first this time. In game 2, set up a pretty decent board. We put Odd Eyes Vortex with the 2 Dracoslayers on board. Should not have sided out what I did, but you know, things happen. And we took the L there. So here we go into round 3, hopefully to get some win here. Alright guys, so I totally forgot to record after round 3. Round 3 was the final round at locals. I ended up playing against Despia. Pretty familiar with that deck in this format. The guy I played against was super cool, super nice. We had a good match. I ended up winning 2-0. In that match, as Dracoslayer just had a clear advantage over the Despia. And in all fairness, this guy is getting back into the game. We had a really nice chat afterwards, and I'm excited to see his potential. But yeah, that was my locals. I ended up getting 3rd place at locals out of 5. Big hoorah there. Now we'll show you the deck profile for Dracoslayer.
Alright, due to some technical difficulties, did lose the original audio for this deck profile, but we're just going to do a little voiceover so that way we can still get you the deck profile for Dracoslayer that I did use for locals. So we'll kick things off by looking at the main deck. And for our main deck, we do play triple Luster Pendulum. Luster Pendulum is just a really great scale effect. Also, it's the tuner for the deck. Really comes in handy for when you need it in scale, being a scale 5, which does follow with 1 Master Pendulum. We only play 1 just because it is kind of a bit of a brick playing it. But as for that, we do play triple Ignis Phoenix, the Dracoslayer. Playing triple of all the Dracoslayers for this deck is really key, really vital for wanting the deck to perform, really go off and use its combos. Ignis Phoenix being a scale 7, along with a nice ability when it's destroyed, can special out any Dracoslayer or Ignite from your deck, and it is treated as a tuner, can really flow your plays. Next we do play the triple Dynamite Dracoslayer. For this, we really primarily use it for the fusion summon, tributing, since its effect is when it's tributed, it can add back a Dracoslayer. Really helps with extenders and extending your plays. And then next we play the main Dracoslayer, the Majesty Pegasus. Majesty has a really great effect of being able to pitch itself to protect your Dracoslayers from being destroyed or targeted, as well when it is pendulum summoned or special summoned by the effect of a Dracoslayer. It lets you add a field spell then discard a card, and in this format getting it into your field spells is really vital and really key. And then its scale effect is really great as well, being able to search out any Dracoslayer as long as you have another Dracoslayer name in your scale, and then search out a different name of that and then be able to destroy, which paired with Ignis Phoenix will allow you to go full combo into your deck. So that is all for the Dracoslayer engine. Now we'll take a look at the Pendulum Magician engine. So we do play triple Harmonizing Magician, being able to extend further with this and special out any Pendulum Magician from your deck, which we do play triple Purple Poison, And Purple Poison has a nice effect for when it's popped, whether it be destroyed by battle or card effect. You can destroy one face-up card on the field, which can either be your own or your opponent's, depending on what you need. And then we do play the 1 Astrograph Sorcerer. This card is great when you have it in hand. Being able to special itself and add a pendulum that was destroyed this turn can add for follow-up plays. Now we'll move on to the Odd Eyes package that we do play, which we do play 1 Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum, followed by 1 Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver, and then triple Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. Revolution is really key to the deck, as you pay 500 to search out any dragon level 8 or lower pendulum monster, which you can add Luster or Master Pendulum. You can also add Odd Eyes Arc. It does come up really in any play that you do need. Its scale effect is also nice, being able to place it in the scale, target a Synchro, Xyz, or Fusion Dragon monster, special summon it, and then destroy the scale, which paired with the Ignister is really great because it just allows for more extenders, more plays, and you can just combo off and break your opponent's board. So that is pretty much it for the Odd Eyes package. Not in this profile that I played, but in the next Dracoslayer profile that we'll give you for locals, we do play a couple cards different for the Odd Eyes package, since Odd Eyes is just really good in this deck, lets you extend even more, and the Odd Eyes Dissolver, Odd Eyes Arc is just combo straight into Vortex. Now we do play a Perform Pal engine. We do play 1 Perform Pal Celestial Magician, which he does count as a Pendulum Magician as well. We do play the 1 Skullcrobat, which can get you any of your Perform Pals and Magicians and Odd Eyes. Then we play 1 Monkey Board and 1 Odd Eye Synchron. And those 2 cards right there are pretty much just 1 card combo into your Ignister, or if you have the budget for Baron de Fleur, you can also play this engine to get into a Baron de Fleur using Entertainment. Now here's the next cards that I am personally taking out after playing with it, but it is double Kashtira Ogre with 1 Kashtira Preparations. I honestly thought this would be a good substitute for not having Kashtira Fenrir, but it just bricked and wasn't as great as I thought. Now we'll move on to spells. We do play triple Tactic Talent, which, my goodness, this card is so busted in this format. Being able to either rip a card from your opponent's hand, steal their card when you're going second, or draw 2, just really comes in clutch, especially when your opponent is playing those nasty boards that you just want to break through. Now, I do understand that triple Tactic Talent is probably above most people's budgets, so there are alternatives that you can play, like Change of Heart, Raigeki, Pot of Desires, things like that that can benefit you in wanting to play on a budget for this deck, because triple Tactic Talent isn't the most cheap card to play. Then we do follow up with 1 Dynamite Charge, since this lets you add your Dynamite to your hand. It's really great. Also, its other effect, when Dynamite leaves the field, you can add it back. Then we do play 1 Reinforcement of the Army to get into our Ignis Phoenix. Being able to search out your combo pieces is really vital in this deck. Then we play 1 Duelist Alliance, which lets you search and add any pendulum monster or pendulum card, spell or trap to your hand, which is really great. Then we do play 1 Sky Iris for the Perform Pal and Magicians, and then 1 Secret Village of the Spellcasters, which, let me tell you, being able to lock your opponent's outer spells is really great. And that's it for the main board. We'll move over onto the extra deck so we can show you some of the cards that we play in that. So, in lieu of playing the Kashtira engine, we do play Perform Pal Odd Eyes Seer, which is much better in my opinion, because if you get Odd Eyes Arc in the scale with Perform Pal Odd Eyes Seer, and you've got an Odd Eyes card in your grave, just activate Seer to add that Odd Eyes or Perform Pal card back to your hand, destroy Seer, which will then trigger off Odd Eyes Arc. Odd Eyes Arc will special out an Odd Eyes from your deck. Typically, you want to hit out Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver and then fuse right off the gate into Odd Eyes Vortex. So we'll take a look at the extra deck now. Pieces that I'm playing in the extra deck are a little flexible, and some of them might be a little bit out of budget, but we do start off with 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Like I said, Odd Eyes Vortex just being an Omni Negate. is really great. Shuffle back any of your pendulums. Then we do follow up with one Dino Stir. Dino Stir is just really great at protecting your pendulums while they're on the field, and also being able to extend through plays by adding Dracoslayers or special summoning Dracoslayers from your graveyard or hand can come up, and it is really great. Also, being a level 8 can play right into some rank 8s. Then we do play for Synchros, one Borreload Savage. Borreload Savage, since it's been reprinted, is pretty budget now. We do play one Side Frame Lord Omega. That is a flex card. You can put anything else in that spot. Testing it out, worked out some matches, worked out some, and others didn't. Then we do follow up with double Ignister. Some people might play Ignister at 1. I like to play it at 2, as it is just really great at breaking boards, especially since its effect is not once per turn. Then for Xseeds, we do play one Abyss, one Magister, one Baguska, and one number 38. The Abyss Dweller is just really great at just locking your opponent out of using graveyard effects, whether it's Tearlament, Dark World, or just any other deck that relies on using the grave. It's really great. Magister is also just really good at being able to add a pendulum monster during the end phase. And then Baguska is just Baguska. Slap that, stall as long as you can, and watch your opponent suffer a little bit. Then number 38, really great for just negating, stealing spells, and then also redirecting attacks towards it, so that way your other monsters aren't having to face the brute of the attack and maybe losing some key cards that you need on your board. With number 38 being a 3000 beat stick, it's a little hard to get over sometimes. So that's it for the Xseeds. Move on to the links, and some of these links are flexible. We do play double Beyond the Pendulum, and it has come up needing to, but if you cannot afford to play double Beyond the Pendulum, there are other alternatives that you can play, but I do recommend playing double Beyond the Pendulum, especially with a lot of board effect negates. But again, if you can't, you can play the IP Masquerena, as IP Masquerena is also a very good option. And if you cannot afford IP Masquerena, there's also Dark the Dark Charmer, as that is also a really good card. Next, Selene. Selene has been reprinted, and it is actually a budget option. Selene is your way to use the Secret Village of the Spellcasters and lock your opponent out of using spells, which, surprising with Branded Despia still in the format, it is really great at being able to stop that. Especially also if you get Majesty Pegasus in the grave, it lets you bring back the Majesty Pegasus or any of your other Pendulum Magicians. Next, we do play Apollosa. Apollosa is just a very good generic negate. And then we do play the one Access Code Talker. As I was waiting for World Sea Dragons Yolantis, it did not arrive in time for the tournament, so I played Access Code in its place. But World Sea Dragons Yolantis would be my option here for this profile. Being able to just use Apollosa up, then go into World Sea Dragon, combo a bit, use World Sea Dragon, banish everything, bring it all right back, and then proceed to just tear apart your opponent's board. It's just really beneficial. And like I said earlier, the Side Frame Lord Omega is flexible, and you can really put anything in this slot. It's just up for your choosing. I would probably put the Access Code Talker back, so that way it can have another board breaking card. But again, that is up to your discretion. As for the side deck, I do play one Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend for time. It's pretty much the only reason why. Then we do play the Teller Knight package with one Ptolemaeus, one Deltrios, and one Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond. Surprisingly, this Constellar Diamond is really great against Branded as well. Not only Tearlament, as both decks do need to send a grave to resolve some cards, and being able to negate dark monsters is great. Then we do also follow up with IP Masquerena and Underworld Goddess of the Underworld. Underworld Goddess with IP Masquerena is just so great, being able to prevent Underworld Goddess from being destroyed, and also being able to rip your opponent's important monster on the field can be great. So following that, we do play some other spells as side deck options, and for those this is also flexible, so we do have the one Zombie World, being able to stop Flunderies, and also some of the Tearlament cards from being able to fuse off. Then play triple Raigeki just to nuke your opponent's board, get rid of some other things. Play one Change of Heart, one Harpy Feather, and triple Cosmic Cyclone. You know, the Cosmics and the Harpy pretty much just to get rid of the back row removal, especially with Labyrinth coming into the meta now. And then Change of Heart just being able to steal your opponent's stuff. But yeah, that is all for the profile. Here's some other options that I would play, like Necro Valley I was waiting on, didn't arrive in time. And then Archfiend Eccentric is also another good one if your opponent's playing field spells, or even just continuous cards at that point. Archfiend Eccentric is also a really good option to play, and it's pretty cheap now too. But yeah, that is everything that I've got for Dracoslayer. Stay tuned for another Dracoslayer deck profile, as I will be updating the one that I played this week in locals, as wasn't my favorite, wasn't my best, but we can do better. So just hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Till then.